Salam. Good morning. One of the greatest prophets whose name is mentioned 168 times in the Koran is Moses. We know the history of Moses. The crime he committed, you're sentenced to death or life in imprisonment. He murdered a guy and then he ran. But God did choose him. God forgave him and chose him. God forgave the brothers of Joseph, through Joseph, who threw him in the well. Isaac and Ishmael came together at the death of Prophet Abraham. After 75 years of separation, you come together because the Lord forgives. Remember those words of Jesus Christ. When he was crucified, even a drop of blood was extracted from him with the utmost pain that we cannot even imagine, with nails going through the hands and the feet and God knows where. He said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." His mother was standing there and watching his only son. A mom, a mother. It is difficult for a mother to even see her child fall from a bicycle. I saw it this morning. In my neighborhood, there was this girl who was 7 or 8 years old, or 6 maybe, riding a bike for the first time. And the mom and dad were there trying to teach her to learn how to ride a bike. She fell right on my grass in my neighborhood. The mom came running and just held her. That is a mother. It is the same mother who is picking up her children's bodies, sometimes all of them, in Gaza. It is the same mother who is being raped by IDF in front of her children. But how are the two mothers different? Does one have green blood? Come on, man. Where is the empathy? Americans, please wake up. Please. Before it's too late. Do not lead people to think they have been abandoned. That leads to revolution, sometimes in the worst way possible. Not the way I am projecting or asking or begging. What I'm saying is, go forward with peaceful protest. Educate yourself, become something. The 436 seats at the House, it's there for us to take a lot of it. We can. The Muslims can and will, because God willing, that Almighty willing, someone will wake up tomorrow morning, or when this program goes on air, some Muslim will wake up with a conscience and either contribute or run for office. We will change the dynamics of politics in the United States. That is the resolution. That is our revolution. That is our resolution also. We will never win 219 seats. Not yet. Maybe a few hundred years from today. I won't be there. But let's lay the foundation of that revolution today. Like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, they wanted to do so. Foundations are laid by people who do not sometimes are there to see the fruit of their labor. It won't happen in my lifetime. But I will go to my Maker with my head high, knowing that from my heart, I tried to make a difference. I really did. Maybe I will have His blessings, because that's all I seek. That's all I seek. I too have a dream. We can all be dreamers. My dream is to see a Muslim, a Jewish guy, a Christian, a Hindu, a Buddhist, all stand together in that house and work for righteousness, work for immigration, work for the economy, work for this country. This is our country. That flag that was still there is ours too. We will bleed for this country. Things will change with time. The First and Second Amendment gives us the right to freedom of speech. As long as that speech does not carry any violence, anything against the Constitution of the United States. Do that. It's your right to have guns. Guns used for defensive purpose only. Not the automatic weapons, AR-15s or anything of that sort. But your women, everyone should know and buy guns. It's very easy to do that. Most of the gun shops also offer you licenses, concealed weapon licenses. Please take the time out, get those licenses, buy a Glock or any gun that you feel is okay to have, and make sure you carry it with you. That will help against the menace of kidnapping. That will help when you go to pray in the mosque. You should have your weapons. We saw in Australia what happened. The 300 people praying in the mosque were defenseless. This guy came with a lot of magazines and he killed, I don't know how many hundreds or how many he killed in New Zealand. The guy was an Australian, sorry. That should not happen. Under the Constitution, you are allowed legally to train, to know how to learn to use the weapon. If you have a concealed weapons license, you should have it. You should keep it at home. Times are tough. There are a lot of people out there who, unfortunately, through some of the journalists out there, are being shown a face of Muslims as if we are all terrorists. Who knows how a person is going to react to it? Who knows? You should be able to defend yourself. In my opinion, you can go to a gun shop, you can train there, know how to use the weapon, how to load it, and carry it with you. So you are not the victim, and you should know how to defend yourself. Only for defensive purpose only. Nothing more. Every life is important. Your life is important. Your neighbor's life is important. The Jewish people's lives and their children and their wives are important. The Christians are important. Everyone. They are your fellow brothers in faith and in life. That's how it should be. The world has enough money. The Muslim world, irrespective of their leaders bowing down to Europe, to United States, to whoever it is, you still have a lot of money. Instead of buying gold cars and gold palaces, you have a lot of wealth. Please try and change the destiny of the people in Palestine. There are so many orphans today. Take them in, provide for their education. Make them scientists, make them doctors. You can help in that. The other day I was watching TV and there was this slide running that UAE is going to provide bread to the Palestinian people. Really? The Sheikh of Dubai is going to provide bread to the Palestinian people. Can you please wake up like it says in the Genesis, in the Torah and the Gospels, when Abraham's wife was taken away by the Pharaoh, he had a dream. God came in his dream. It's in the Genesis. I have read it. I have the knowledge. And in the dream, God spoke with the Pharaoh and said, Sarah is the wife of my prophet. Do not touch her. A calamity which the world has not known will befall on you. The Pharaoh woke up in the middle of the night and scared. Next morning, he called all his government or, whoever next in command, and he said, I had this dream. So they called Abraham and said, you told us that she is your sister. You know what Abraham said? He said, she is my sister, but she is also my wife. She is the daughter of Terah, who is my father too. So God can come in the dreams of Wolf Blitzer, Jake Tapper, Jesse Waters, Gutfeld, Brett Baier, and he can certainly also come in the dreams of Joe Biden and Donald J. Trump. Either one of them is going to be the next president. One of them is the existing president of the United States of America, the most powerful person on earth. By the way, this one story, which is in Genesis, and anybody can read it, I challenge you to read it, even the Muslims, is the reason why the Quran came. God felt a reason for the Quran to be here. One of the reasons, because there were some changes made to the law. You don't marry your own sister now. Abraham did. I know we want to remember Abraham only because he was ordered the sacrifice of his son, and he never declined anything that he was ordered to do. He was the only person on earth who always followed God's orders without a question. So it doesn't matter whether it was Abraham or Ishmael, it was the succession to that order, because nobody was sacrificed. Eventually, God stopped Abraham from doing so. The angels stopped him. But what I'm trying to say is, at that time, it was okay to get married to your half-sister or sister. But the Quran came with those changes. And it defined who you can marry and who you cannot. It has reasons for every order given in it. Unfortunately, that is one of my complaints against my Muslim brethren. Now they follow the leaders, the caliphs, even though the Quran says, I have made it so easy to understand. Read and follow the Quran and understand it. I am yet to find 5 Muslims who know the meaning of the prayers they offer daily. I can't find them because, like robots, they practice a faith and do not know what they are practicing. You have to learn how to read the Quran. It takes 20 minutes to read it by meaning, 1 chapter. You have 30 chapters. You can finish it in a month and then repeat it. Life will become less complicated and forgiving. An acceptance level of Judaism and Christianity or humanity will rise. There are many things you learn in the 29th chapter of the Quran, Surah Al-Haqqah. Most of you do not even know about it. It says that if the Prophet was to change anything on his own, we will grab him from the right hand and cut the artery going to his heart. And nobody could save him from our wrath. Our means God's wrath. Those are words that came through Prophet Muhammad. Those are words of the Quran. Because Prophet Muhammad followed the Quran. He followed it to the T. You don't have to go here and there and look for stories. The man was a simple man. If there is a living hadith which most of the Muslims go through when they go through pilgrimage or Umrah or Saudi Arabia, go to the Masjid al-Nabawi, see where he lived with his wife, the mosque he built with his own hands. As a laborer, I have walked the length and width of that building. It is 720 square foot, 80 yards, 2 rooms. That's all he needed. Read the Quran. Witness at hand the living hadith of the Prophet. That man, our Prophet Muhammad, could have lived in a house of gold. He rode into Mecca with 10,000 warriors and not a soul was lost. Do you know what he said? Like Jesus, he said, make sure no one is harmed or forced to convert to Islam by force. Make sure before you have your meal that your neighbor has his meals. That is the power of Islam. Most of us do not know that. I didn't know that. I was lost in my world. I have indulged in my share of sin. But I started reading the Quran with meaning. And Alhamdulillah, with the blessing of God, I try to follow it. That's what Cassius Clay did when he became Muhammad Ali. That's what Kyrie Irving did when he was playing basketball, keeping the roza, the fast. That's what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did. That's what we all are supposed to do. Follow Islam. Love your neighbor. Do not mistreat anybody. Conversions will happen after somebody sees you doing the right thing, the right attitude. Not because of your money. Bill Gates has more money than any Muslim in the United States. Prophet Mohammed was never impressed with money. He lived a simple life. It was a struggle for him to get through the 3 meals of the day, and sometimes he didn't. In his lifetime, he did not move to convert anybody by force. Did it happen? Yeah. Eventually, after the passing of Prophet Muhammad on 8 June 632, it did happen. Conversion by force. We see the results today. There is 3 billion Muslims in the world. There are 50 countries. And unfortunately, I have to say this, and we witness this today in the fight in Gaza going on. No, not fight, carnage. The Holocaust. Yeah. The one-sided war. Islam is the only thing missing in the Muslim countries. You do not envision a leader of faith in a mosque in general because he has a gray beard and he has a turban on his head. A leader of faith can be wearing a suit, can be clean shaven. It doesn't matter from the cover of the book. It matters what he is trying to say. You cannot term Jewish people or Christian people as kafir. Kafir means non-believer. That is the greatest sin. You should not say that word. These are believers. Some of them are better than you. Some of them with their deed will be in heaven far before you and me can get there. You really think that Mother Teresa, one of the heavenly woman I have seen, is not going to be in heaven? She gave her entire life for humanity. A devout Christian. She didn't convert. Convert to what? What would a Christian convert to? He's already a believer. He is already a Muslim. He believes in one God and the day of judgment. What is he going to convert to? The only thing that converts to is the fact that he's reads the Koran and he starts believing that yes, Mohammed was the last prophet. That's it. Those 2 words. That is the conversion. Everything else remains the same. Every Muslim is bound to read the Torah and the Gospels. Not requested to read them. You have to read them. If you want to follow your God and the Quran. The Quran is the book of God, not Prophet Muhammad. It is the book of God that came through this world in the month of Ramadan through Prophet Muhammad. God chose Prophet Muhammad as he chose Jesus, he chose Moses, he chose Joseph, he chose all the prophets. Noah. We will learn more about Islam in the following episodes. As to whatever I have learned in the Quran, I'll try and communicate. There is a movie I once saw. It is produced and directed by one of the greatest producers Hollywood has ever known, Spielberg. He's Jewish. The movie is called Munich. Terrorism was invented in Munich because some PLO guys thought it's okay to kill the athletes, the Jewish athletes of Israel in Munich. I do not know that if the angels or God cries, but if they do, they did that day. People who called themselves Muslims did it. But what I saw in that movie also tells me the vision of Spielberg, and it tells me where we are heading. This agent in one scene, this agent of Mossad, which was, I think, played by Eric Bana, goes out in the middle of the night to have a cigarette. And the Palestinian guy was also there, who was or was not involved in that murder. So they both started to chat. Cut a long story short, the Palestinian guy asked the Mossad guy, how long did it take for you to get to Israel, back to Israel? And they said 2,000 years. It took them 2,000 years to get back to Israel, to a country of which they should have been part of to start with. The Wailing Wall is there. The Judaic relics are there. It's a country that belongs to Christians, Muslims, and Jews. But he said it took us 2,000 years. You know what the Palestinian guy reply was? Because I think the movie came out in 71 or something. So he said, it has been, for us, it's been 20 years. We still have 1980 years to get back. Those words mean a lot. It tells the world where we're heading. It shouldn't be that way. Open the world, open Jerusalem to everyone. Let there be peace. Because what you're doing by going into the Masjid al-Aqsa and beating the crap out of people is telling them to take a different route. People are getting educated. There's already 1 or 2 countries, Islamic countries, that have gone nuclear. They are already working on the betterment of their nuclear projects, of their nuclear arsenal. Whether it is used as a deterrent or it is used for mass destruction of their own. But before they go, they're going to take out some people. I think. I hope not. We're heading towards a nuclear war. And sooner or later, my prediction is that another 25 to 30 years, there will be a lot of countries who will go nuclear. And that child who is witnessing Gaza today and continues to live, who's 3 years old, who's 5 years old, who's 9 years old, will be in that ripe age. Who knows what that child will become? Who knows what Palestine will become? Who knows, with all the money UAE and Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Kuwait, all these rich countries will become? Do we want to, what Iran will become? What Pakistan will become, who's already a nuclear country? It only takes one dictator to wreak havoc. They have the best aircraft. You think the Iron Dome is going to stop a nuclear attack? With the pilots that they have and the F-16s and the F-18s and the nuclear subs, who knows when Armageddon is coming? Let's not lead the world that way, because we will suffer. Our children will suffer. Generations will suffer. We need to think back. And by we, I mean the President of United States, the Prime Minister of UK, the Prime Minister of Canada, France, China, Russia, 22% Muslims over there. Look at the population of Muslims in entire Europe. It's shocking. All of them need to get their act together. Study. Business. Get into politics. Come to the mainstream. Don't stop at being the mayor of London. There is no stopping midway. Get to the House, get to the Senate, get to the local offices, Social Security, whichever, whatever, the tax collector's office, wherever, the mayor, the governor. Don't stop. No stopping. March on. That's exactly what Martin Luther King Jr. said. The Reverend knew what he was talking about. And you know what? Look at the blacks today. Are they where they were 100 years back? There are 2 justices in the Supreme Court today. They are in the army. Not like the movie Glory, when they didn't even have shoes and they fought to their death. I cite the movies a lot because that's a version you're able to see on the screen, and you can narrate the whole story, which is based on a true story. Some writer wrote it. Some historian wrote it. Hard work, devotion, dedication, faith always pays. It always does. Trust me, the road that I'm showing you, Muslims, is hard. It's going to be tough, but you can and will get there. Set your heart in what you want to do. You want to grow up and be a senator? You can do that. Work the neighborhood, work the city. Win the votes. That's what Barack Hussein Obama did. He did not forgive his father because maybe he doesn't even know why the father divorced his mother or why he abandoned him or whatever happened. I don't know either. But he kept his name. His name is not Barack Obama. His name is Barack Obama, Hussein Obama. He can rub himself against the wall or the dirt, but he cannot remove the heritage of his bloodline. It is a Muslim bloodline. And you should not be ashamed of it, Mr. Obama. There is nothing to be ashamed about. Because maybe you don't even know the circumstances of the separation that took place. Usually the people in Kenya are very hard-working people. I have been there. I stayed a week with the Maasai people in their village, living like them. They are survivors. They run 20 miles to get water. They appreciate earth. They face hardships, but they are strong people. You are pretty strong, and you are very close with Joe Biden. Please educate Mr. Joe Biden not to do the things wrong that he's doing. Maybe even, I don't think he's going to be the next president of the United States. But you never know. But he has still got 7-8 months. Please guide him. Instead of sitting with him and Bill Clinton to make money for his campaign. Please guide him to do the right thing. That's all for today. I will see you next week, and we will speak more about the Muslim faith and what changes we can do together. Let's make Islam an honorable religion again, as it is. There's nothing wrong with the religion. We, the followers, have to fall in line. And remember, it's a very simple religion. Pick up that book. You have 5 billion Quran on earth. Pick it up in the language that you understand and speak, and read it. The contents matter. It doesn't matter if you don't know Arabic. It is only the content. That's what God says in the book. Read it, understand it, follow it. So goodbye for now. Salam. I'll see you next week. Thank you.